Episode 54 of the Beardcaster. My name is Scott Sikora, and I am the Beardcaster. Welcome to a podcast all about beards and mustaches, beard culture, and all the fun stuff that goes along with it. Hear the stories from the people and learn the tricks of the trade on how to grow and maintain your style with advice taken from our personal experiences. It's all about the facial hair lifestyle we live and the daily lives in the world around us and how we deal with life. So please join me as I share the stories about these people and hear how they are using their facial hair to do great and fun things. Welcome. Today, my awesome guest today is Chris Odom from Beards in Review, which is a YouTube channel or review channel, which you guys got to check out. But any more information about me, go to thebeardcaster.com. You can get links to all my social media there. You can get hooked up to either subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, or you can stream it on any of the players that I have there. Make it super easy. If you have any questions or comments, anything, Scott at thebeardcaster.com. I guess that's all the real work we got to go through there. And so how's everyone been? I want to apologize for taking, the past couple weeks off. Just been working a lot and just I just finished getting the Christmas lights up on the house like about a half an hour ago. Had to take a really long shower to get all warmed up because it's getting cold out there. But it's just been one of those, I work all day long outside in the cold and I get home and all I do is fall asleep. So I'm getting old. I'm a putz. So, So I've been real busy too with family stuff. The child's hardcore into basketball now, so it's just I've been going. But now that the holiday season is upon us, work is slowing down a little bit, so I will have some more time, and I have a lot of things already pre-planned, a lot of events that I'm going to be doing, such as the Toys for Tots Fun Drive, which I'm doing Friday, and you'll actually be getting this the day after I did it, so I will tell you next week about how that went, and also about the Beards for the Bowling, where we are delivering the toys to the Marines from Toys for Tots. And I'm going to be doing a little interviewing of all the people that are there. So I hope you enjoy that next episode. But let's get back into what this one's about. Chris Odom does a YouTube channel called Beards in Review. And like I say when I interview him, it's everything that I wanted my podcast to be, except in a 4 to 5 minute condensed version. It's perfect. He does a product review, then he does a news story, and then he does a beard or a mustache of the week. And lucky for me, on his episode 14, the Beardcaster got to be his beard of the week. So I thank you, Chris, for doing that. But let's just get right into this interview because he's a really fun guy to talk to. And I really think that him and I are going to be doing some stuff in the future. So make sure you check it out. And one last thing, check out the last episode 53, with Jorge from Pulpo Beard Oils, pulpobeardoils.com. Go there. If you place an order, make sure you use the coupon code or promo code, TheBeardcaster, to get 15% off your purchase. And we're also doing a giveaway, which is going to be ending here shortly. I got to talk to him, but we're going to be ending it here shortly. So we just want to make sure that everyone who wants to try to win a Pulpo Beard Oil pack to go to thebeardcaster.com/giveaway and enter your information. So it's that easy. So let's get right into this interview. I hope to see you guys on the backside, and I guess here we go, and action. We'll talk about your YouTube channel. As I started going through everything, and I was watching some videos and stuff earlier tonight just to kind of get an idea of who you are, what everything's about, and all that stuff. So I wrote down a whole bunch of oddball questions and stuff about kind of what you were doing. And then as you texted me, I was like, at that point I had watched, I kind of skipped around. So I started with video 1.
Yeah.
And then I jumped. It's not bad. And I know it's the same way. It's like the whole thing with the podcasting. It's like the first podcast you release is always the worst one. It's always the one that you critique the most on yourself, and you feel that you're not doing the best you could do. So
right.
But then then I jumped to 5, which in your thumbnails, that was the that was the change of when you went from like, of course, having hair to having no hair.
Right.
So that was a perfect example of like, okay, these must be new, and your intro was different, the whole setup was different, and so I got sucked in. So then I just kept watching them, and I kept jumping through, and I'm like, and then you text me, you're like ready to go, and I was like pissed because I'm like, all I wanted to do was sit here and watch the rest of these videos for the rest of the night.
Well, hey, I need you to watch them. I need more views, so
I know.
Feel free.
And that's what I said. I'm like, how the hell have you gone under my radar? Because this is exactly perfect. I mean, this is something that I've been trying to find someone to team up with for the past year and a half to like do exactly everything that you're doing in that video. And then I watch you at Austin at the Worlds, and I'm like, how the fuck did I miss this guy? Like,
well, yeah, that's the thing, you know. I mean, are we live and recording now?
We're recording.
Okay,
we're going. So, but
I know as much.
But I'm one of those guys that I just hit record and then we just talk, and then
sure.
But you know, I like the organic, just going at it. But like I said, I'm like, I just start watching this stuff, and I'm like, holy crap! I'm like, I mean, and the best part is they're bite size. You have once a week bite size morsels of exactly everything I want. You like, I am your target demographic, and I love it. So
well, see, yeah, if you noticed in the beginning, you know, you started your podcast like December time in 2015, right?
Yeah, I released my first one. It was like the very last week of December of 2015. So technically I go 2016, the beginning of.
Okay. Yeah. See, I my first video I put up November 7th, and you know, I didn't really know anything about YouTube at all. You know, I knew a little bit about, you know, filming and stuff like that, but you know, so I put up that first one, and then you know, and I was just kind of putting them up there, like maybe I put twice a week, but I only did 4. And then I saw your podcast come out, and I was like, man, who's this guy? So I listened to 1 or 2 of them, and if you notice, I kind of stopped. You know, I only did those first 4, and you know, I had some stuff going on, you know, with my family, and
then you quit the working for the train.
I did. I quit.
Which we'll talk about a little bit down the road, because I want to hear all about that.
Sure. Yeah. It's a story. Yeah. And so, yeah, I kind of put the beard on hold. You know, I was at the Come and Shave It number 10, and they're in Austin. And after that, you know, I had some things change, and I had to, I shaved the beard for a job interview. And I
love that story every time.
Yeah.
Every time I love it.
So, yeah, but then after, you know, I was able to grow a beard, you know, and so, but it was, had to have the, you know, the typical corporate beard.
The business beard.
The business beard. Yep. And so I figured, hey, you know what? Worlds was coming up. I'm like, why don't I go film that? And so I decided to throw up number.
You didn't really throw up in real life, though.
Not exactly.
Okay.
I probably did. You notice I was a little nervous in that episode number 5.
Well,
you know,
I think because you lost the covering of your hair.
I did. I went from the big Bob Ross afro to the ponytail, and then I shaved it all off, and and then
let's take a quick time out here, because as we've been talking already, and we're already about a few minutes into this, let's let everyone know exactly who you are and what we're talking about. So I am right now, I'm so tickled pink by being able to do this with you. And like I said, as I started to watch some of these videos tonight in preparation to talk to you, like I literally got hooked, and I was like, this is exactly something that I've been looking for personally, and it's along the lines of exactly what I wanted to do. And you know, though I went the route of a podcast, you went the route of YouTube, and let's introduce, who are you, and tell me what your YouTube channel is.
Sure. My name is Chris Odom. from Austin, Texas, around Austin. I live just outside of Austin. And I run a YouTube channel called Beards in Review. Kind of like Year in Review, but Beards in Review. And it's just just kind of a weekly. I've been putting them up every week and talk about. Usually I review a product, whether it's a face wash or beard wash or a mustache wax, beard balm, oil, stuff like that. And then I usually try to do some type of news report, facial hair related. And then I usually put up a beard of the week or a mustache of the week just to kind of, highlight someone with a special facial hair. And that's about it,
All right, so you've already have done about 14 episodes, correct?
Correct.
All right. And like you said, so you and I pretty much started at the identical time. Mm-hmm. And so as you were saying, you did a few episodes and then you just stopped for a while. And then that's about when I interrupted you because I wanted people to know who you were. So continue on with your story from that point.
Yeah, I did those 4 videos and then my beard fell off.
I highly doubt that. Even though I do know one of the videos I did watch, one of the products did not cover up the gray hair very well. And I don't remember which one that was, but
it keeps getting grayer and grayer.
Hey,
and I'll tell you why.
I'm on the same boat with you too.
Yeah, so I ended up changing jobs. I worked for the railroad
all the livelong day.
Every single day, all the livelong day.
Were you John Henry?
Working on a railroad.
You were a steel driving man. You were putting those nails in down. What did you do at the railroad?
I was a conductor
for the
Union Pacific Railroad.
Did you wear the striped overalls with the hat?
I did have some overalls. I didn't have the hat though.
Oh. Geez. Now, what exactly does it? And I had a friend of mine from years ago whose father was a tugboat. He was a tugboat driver, and I always equate the two together, like a engineer or a conductor on a train and a tugboat driver. I picture them being like the same type of people. But what exactly does a conductor do on a train?
Sure. Do
you take tickets?
I was on a freight train.
Oh,
so my responsibility was, I'd get, a manifest of what was on the train, and depending on what kind of train, whether it was chemicals or car parts.
So did you ever carry any top secret stuff? You can't tell me. I know how it works.
There are military trains, but they're usually escorted by military dudes.
Are they green?
The train themselves, I don't know. No, I've never been on one.
There you go. Yeah. Stealth trains.
Yep. There's even a circus train. They carry elephants and lions and tigers.
I watched Pee-wee's or Big Top Pee-wee, and then they had the thing where the giraffe's head stuck out the top.
It's just like that in real life.
I bet it is.
Yeah. So the engineer, he's the one who actually operates the train. He moves it forward and backwards, and a conductor, basically in charge of everything on the train. And like if we go to an industry, I'm the guy that's on the ground, putting it in the tracks, lining the switches to put the cars away in certain tracks. I'm kind of like the eyes of the engineers since the train's like a mile long.
Do you point at people a lot and like look at them and shake your finger? Or how about this? Did you point your finger at a lot of people and shake it and be like, no, this way? No.
I guess I'm not catching that reference.
No, there is no reference to it. I'm just, I'm making my own reference. I'm like Encyclopedia Britannica here. But no, I just, I equate it with like a conductor of an orchestra.
Sure.
I was a band guy, so you got this one person that's like, out there just like directing everything going on.
Right, I got you. That type of conductor.
Yes, there we go. Now we're on the same page,
picking up
buddy.
what you're putting down.
All right.
Yeah. So some things didn't work out with the railroad. So I left the railroad, and I kind of went back to a corporate job, and so I had to, trim the beard down, wear the corporate beard, and so that's kind of where I'm at this moment.
Hey, but it's okay because you get to do what you want, though, in a way.
Sure.
I mean, not that you get to grow, not that you get to grow your beard out like to exponential lengths or anything, but you still get to do via your YouTube channel. You get to cover and do the things that you want to do.
Sure. Yeah. For me, I went to college for film and video. So video and editing and stuff is a passion. I haven't done it a whole lot lately until I
Wait, time out. You haven't done it a whole lot lately, but yet you've been doing this for 2 years.
Well,
is that foot and mouth?
I did take a break.
Oh,
so
okay.
But yeah, so I took a break for a little bit. But yeah, when Worlds was coming around, decided to, dust off the camera and make another go at it. But this time I'm like 100% committed. I'm putting out a new video every week. I'm trying out some new products. But one of the problems with, doing product reviews is actually having the products to review.
Oh, I can attest to that because I'm like the exact opposite, where though I've been consistent over the past 2 years, I get too many products to review and I don't want to review products. So I get stuff and I don't want to.
So, you can send it my way. I haven't really received anything.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm all about that. And that's one of the things that especially I want to do on my podcast is doing at least blogging podcast or not podcast, product reviews, because I get so much stuff, and it's not that people mail me stuff. It's just and I saw, like, when I was watching some of your videos at Worlds and you go around and you're talking to the different vendors and stuff, people are willing to give you things to try out. People are willing to give you things to test and stuff like that. And though I know you probably bought some stuff, as did I, different products and stuff, I'm always a supporter of the smaller businesses.
Sure.
The guys that are, working out of their basements. That's exactly what we're doing.
Right.
And, trying to get their names out there and talk about their products and stuff like that. Of course there are the bigger named product companies out there that definitely corner the market, who have a bigger selling point, who have been in the scene for a longer time. But then you have these newer companies that are always coming in, and it's the same with you and I. I do a podcast, you do a YouTube channel. We start at the same time. We're trying to grow our audiences. We're trying to sell our product to people. So it's trying to get more awareness of what we're doing out there. I mean, that's what it all boils down to. And, what we're doing is trying to get awareness of other bearding guys, other companies, what's going on in the world, of course. Right. I mean, we literally have the same program. Yours is just like literally a 5-minute version of my 1.5 hour program. That's
right.
But, and I'll tell you what though, because and I mean to laugh, but what we do is a visual thing, and I opted to go the audio version, whereas you're the smarter guy who opted to go the video version.
I don't know about smarter. It's a lot of editing, and a lot of do it right the first time, and it's tough doing stuff live. My friends tell me I should drink more so I can loosen up.
Well, that's funny you should say that, but I'm not going to. You always have to have a couple drinks before you do these.
That's probably what I need to do.
But see, and it's too bad that we didn't meet before we went to Worlds, because we both could have had a really good time.
That's so funny. It's like,
we could have really fed off each other that whole entire weekend, man.
I was kind of out of the bearding scene for bearding. We use that word. I was out of the bearding scene for a little bit.
It is a word. We can use it because it exists on our plane of field.
Right. We've made it a verb.
Yeah. It is. It's a sport.
It is. Sure. And so I was out for a little bit, and then Worlds was coming. And so when I went there, and I knew about your podcast, I didn't listen to it faithfully at that point, but I knew about it. And then, so I didn't really know who you were. And then I saw this guy walking across the stage with a microphone. I'm like, what's this guy doing? And then I'm like, oh, wow, I wonder if that's the Beardcaster guy. And sure enough, that was you. But I
looked so handsome at that moment. Oh, it was horrible. Freaking Aaron Johnston guy who got first place. Shame on him.
Well, you had probably one of the most people in your category. Yeah, like 30 guys.
Well, other than when you're going into no, because it was because they did the centimeter crap on me.
Right.
We don't do the conversions in the United States, but the one category had over 100 guys in it. So.
Oh, well, yeah, actually, I missed the third day. I wasn't there on Sunday.
Oh my God, you missed that was the best day of all days.
I know. I missed it.
Shame. Wait a minute. Time out. So you live just outside of Austin and you missed the last day?
I did. I had some stuff going on Sunday.
An arm wrestling championship, right?
A lot of different family commitments. Family is important to me.
Hey, yes. Family is always number one when it comes to whatever we're doing. And that's the thing. No matter what you're doing, if it's a podcast, family's number one, a YouTube channel, family's number one. And I know plenty of guys that miss major competitions because they have family stuff going on.
Right.
That's just the way it is. It is always in the bearding community. Family is always number one.
Right. So I'll tell you this too, Scott, I'm about to blow your noggin.
Uh-oh.
I've got 7 kids.
Holy shit. No, pardon my French on that one. Man.
Yeah.
You like to have sex, sir.
So I've done it at least 7 times.
Oh, okay. Probably a few more times to test it out to make sure it worked.
I practice a lot, but I keep winning.
Wow. That is some strong seed, sir.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like, family's important. Yeah. I help my kids. My kids actually have a YouTube channel too. The Big O Life.
Wow.
That's their YouTube channel. So I help them out with theirs. And eventually what would be really cool, I'd like to do this full time. I know the beard channel, I'll probably, I'm not making any money on it now or anything like that, but because beards and facial hair is such a narrowed down niche, it's tough. It's tough. And so just working on some other channels too, so hopefully help them out. So yeah, I know I missed the third day, which was the most important day.
Well, not that it was the most. The second day was the most important day because that was when the natural goatee category was.
Sure.
But the third day was when all the fun happened, and it was like too much. It was like, thank God you weren't there because it was too much excitement. And then especially afterwards when all of us went to go watch the bats.
Right.
Oof.
Okay.
Thank God you missed that because you probably would have they would have sucked all your blood out.
Yeah, I've seen him quite a few times. I work downtown, so I used to work right there at the bridge.
Okay, there you go. So you know all about it. So
yeah.
All right. So what? The power of Christ compelled me, but what compelled you to decide that you wanted to do a YouTube channel all about this stuff?
Yeah, it's I guess like most people, I won't say the beard bandwagon, but actually, I had been in a corporate job and then I left it and joined the railroad. And that was really the first chance where I was able to grow out my facial hair. And so I started growing my beard out, started growing my mustache out. And then I decided just to kind of play with it and curl it up, do a little, handlebar thing. And then somebody told me about Beard Wars and
okay, go ahead.
So I started watching Beard Wars. I'm like, hey, these guys are in Austin. And so I ended up kind of calling up those guys and, would go hang out with the Austin Facial Hair Club on some of their monthly meetings and went to some of the events and stuff like that. So yeah, it kind of got me excited. And so
not with an erection, right? We don't need any more kids.
my mustache got stiff with wax.
My mustache got stiffer. Sorry.
That's what it was. Yeah. So I not gonna lost my train of thought.
I know. I'm sorry. I kind of do that to people where it's just like people start talking and I'm like, I so intently listen to everything you're saying. Like I'm like looking for that one little nugget to like grab a hold of, and like it's like that big like sturgeon you just hook, and you're like, oh, you gotta shake that sucker and get that joke out.
I always said you have RTS.
Oh my,
you have
that sounds,
RTS. Rabbit trail syndrome.
You gotta go down that rabbit hole.
Just listen to your podcast. You're just talking about one thing, and then you get sidetracked, and 30 minutes later, it's like, what were we talking about? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it. Because it's like literally, like when I'm talking to someone, I so intently listen to like everything they're saying that like I'm really looking for the joke. I'm like looking for that nugget of like them saying something that I could just like sweep their feet, Johnny.
Right.
Okay, so you're a resident outside of Austin.
Yeah.
And what a perfect place you could be at the right time when you're doing all of this. You have like literally like the world coming right to your feet at the right time, like when you're starting out. Like how delicious is that? I mean, for you it was like literally you could just hop in your car and drive a couple miles down the road, but for me it was like, I thought about going, and you know what, I couldn't afford it, I wasn't going to do it, and so I wasn't going to go. But then literally it was a weird twist of events where a couple different companies approached me and were willing to send me there. And I was like, holy crap. Like, it's like one of those dream come true things. And I also can see a parallel with you that literally worlds changed everything about what you were doing. And it literally like excelled and
inspired.
Yeah. I mean, it changed. You can see that with, and especially with me, I can feel it. Not that maybe you can see that with my podcast, but up until the point of Worlds, it was certain ways, but then like Worlds hit and it was like an acceleration of like something. And then now it's like feverish to like just try to keep going, and it's like so much easier now.
Yeah, it's well, I guess one of the things for me, and after Worlds, that was what, in the beginning of September, but it's like I still find myself like, because I usually do like a beard of the week or something like that, it's given me, maybe it's a media thing because we're in the media. I guess it's media. I don't know what you call it. But anyway, yeah. So it's like it's kind of given me material, but at the same time, it's been inspirational, and of course, just like the bearding community in general, it's like you get to know people and because you have so many things in common.
It's always about who you know.
Right. And I know that guy.
Yeah, I know him too. Jeez, we had a beer together. I know like Austin Facial Hair Club. I would have liked to have gone with them this weekend. They went out to Galveston for their they do an annual thing out there, Dickens on the Strand. Usually that's. I did remember hearing about that. And those, I swear to God, the Austin Facial Hair Club is probably the most devoted, the most determined, and the most involved beard club there is in the United States. Hands down.
Do a lot. Yeah. They're right after Worlds, they had the dog beard and mustache championships.
Okay. Now tell me, now I saw you did a video about that one. Tell me all about that, because I know I talked to Brian Nelson about he was explaining that to me, it's such an awesome idea, and it's like one of those ideas that just could kind of like literally spread like wildfire across the United States, especially with all the beard clubs that are out there.
Right.
And when you're talking, you have a beard club that in every city, and there's literally 1, 2, 3 competitions every single weekend of the entire year. You could have a beard club doing a second competition throughout the year on an off weekend or whatever for animals. I mean,
yeah.
It just sounds like such a brilliant idea.
Yeah, this was their 4th annual dog beard and mustache competition, and it was pretty fun. You go out there and dogs are everywhere, and dog beards and other beards too. Beards and beer.
Time out. You said you go out there, so you competed against other dogs?
I didn't compete. No.
Oh. Did you have a dog?
Well, my daughter has a dog that's, family dog. But,
what number daughter is this one?
Oh, that number 1.
Oh,
yeah.
No. Oh, the best one.
I call them episodes. Oh. Episode number 1.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She's 18 and my youngest is 6 months.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Wow. Well, congratulations on having the hugest family out there. Well, I mean, I know there are bigger families than yours.
Sure.
who get television shows and stuff like that. Is that what you were trying for?
Yeah, trying to compete with the Duggars. Yeah, that's a question that I get all the time. No, I'm not Mormon. No, I'm not Catholic.
Oh, gee, that's probably much better to get than, hey, look, ZZ Top.
Yeah, for a while, we went through the whole, Duck Dynasty phase where it was, hey, Duck Dynasty.
Yeah. Well, but down in Texas, living where you do, I'm sure that the ZZ Top really comes out a lot more than the Duck Dynasty.
Yeah, it happens.
ZZ Top happens. But that's what us Canadians say. But I'm not Canadian, but I pretend to be on this podcast sometimes. All right. So now, do you belong to a club, or are you just a guy?
I'm just a guy, I guess. I like I said, I've hung out with the Austin Facial Hair Club guys, and I see him around town. I actually live really close to the beard general himself. Ooh, the beard master,
Mr. Nelson.
Mr. Nelson, yeah. I drive by his house every day when I take my daughter to school.
Did you see him cut the heads off the chicken?
No, I missed that one.
I got those pictures.
Yeah, I heard him. You know what the funny thing is? It's like I was listening to that particular episode, and as I was driving, him and I passed. We were driving, and I saw him. I'm like, hey, I'm listening to you right now.
Oh, how funny! Yeah, that was an interesting interview with him. He was like, I got to spend an evening with Brian Nelson just doing what he does on a regular night, going to the grocery store, and I was just tagging along with him. So,
oh yeah,
it was kind of fun. So, all right. So you kind of tag along with the Austin Facial Hair Club and stuff like that. Now, when you started this YouTube page, like what were your goals with it? I mean, like, where did you want it to go? What were your dreams and wishes of, like, why did you start this? Like, let's get all the way back to day one of, like, I'm going to do a page. I mean, obviously, like you said, you have a film background and all that stuff. Why the beard? Why was that the focus? And why did you want to do a YouTube channel about that? The beard thing was happening, and I just wanted a chance to use some of my, skills in, I didn't really have anything else to film, so why not film my beard? Yeah, no, I just wanted to, just try something different. There was a couple other people out there you see a video review on a product, but it's usually just one guy reviewing one product and that was it, so I kind of wanted just to start something that I could do, every week. In the beginning, actually, I thought I was going to do it maybe one every month, maybe one every other week. But I got excited and I started filming and
I filmed 2 or 3 episodes in 1 week, but I think I released them all right around the same time. I didn't space it out like I do now. Now I put one out every week.
Well, yeah. I mean, like I said, as I was watching everything, I was like, oh, you have 14 episodes out, and as I went back, I was like, all right, the timeline doesn't kind of set out to like as the last few episodes you've released weekly.
Right. And
so I was like, oh, I was kind of tracing it back. And the one thing I was like, as I started watching, especially the stuff about the worlds and stuff in Austin, I like really was like, wow, it was like, and I think I left a comment on one of your videos, but I was like, this really takes me back to that moment. And I sat there and I watched it, and I'm like, dude, I remember, I was like in those exact spots where you were filming. And I'm like, I remember the heat. I remember the sweat rolling down my back. Like at that moment, like when I was standing in line with those people, or when I was walking, talking to those people in line. And then, just the people, especially when you were in the vendor's room, and I'm like, holy crap. I'm like, it was like, I felt like I was back there again. And that's what I really loved. And like I said, your videos are the exact perfect amount of time. They're like the perfect morsels of, it's like a candy bar. And it's like anyone that was at these events, like they could just pop in, watch these things real quick and just relive that moment. And that is literally what I loved about watching your videos.
Yeah. In the beginning, like I said, I didn't really know what I was doing YouTube wise. So I had this intro. My intro was like a minute and a half long, and so now that I'm a little bit more YouTube savvy, I look at the analytics, and I can see people watch the intro, and then I could see that's when people leave because they're like, I've already heard all this stuff, and so I kind of cut out some of the cheese from the first 4 episodes, or I use the whole star system to like rate different products and stuff like that. And I used a green screen too, so I don't know if you can see the green highlights in my beard.
Well, no, I didn't. But I did notice the brick wall. Then I did notice the map in the background.
And the first 4, I was using a green screen. I had like a little room set up with lights and a green screen, and so I was going to put different backgrounds, but I just ended up using that same brick background. And then the 5th one, I stuck that map. It's like a poster of a map. I stuck it behind me, and then the rest of them, I just kind of changed different positions in the room, and just trying to do something different. And 2 weeks ago, I did the one where I walked around the block, just try to make it a little different.
Well, now, why did you decide, what is your inspiration for doing weekly?
Just consistency, I mean, one of the things with YouTube, I'm trying to, just like anybody, trying to build up more subscribers and viewers, and, hopefully I'm putting something out there that people enjoy. And, I'm always asking for feedback too. I want to give the people what they want, and doing a weekly, people can come to expect, hey, next week, hey, there's another Beards in Review. And
yeah, it is definitely consistency. And it's the same thing I deal with too. It's you're trying to do it every week and get that consistency so people know that. And especially for me, like one of the driving reasons why I do it weekly and release it on like a Saturday or a Friday night, Saturday morning, is because I know that tons of guys are going to competitions. They're driving to competitions on Friday nights, or they're driving Saturday mornings. So I'm trying to get, and I'm trying to plan it to, and like you do, you also announce like what competitions are currently going on. And I try to, and I try to cater to the episode that I'm doing, try to cater to what is going on that week. So if someone's by some chance is like driving to like, Virginia Beach, they know that competition is going on that week. They can listen to my episode as they're going to it, and they can get the information. And as I saw, like with your first episode, it was the same way. It was the Virginia Beach competition that was going on, and you explained all this stuff going on. I mean, like literally, you and I have the exact same show, except you have like the super condensed shot version, where I am like the keg version.
Right. Yeah. I if you notice in the 5th episode, of course I talked about Worlds because that was coming up, but I kind of quit putting up the competitions. I was thinking maybe I'm making my content a little more evergreen content. So if somebody goes back and watches, episode 1 or 2, then they're like, hey, that competition was 3 years ago.
And that's my beef too, is like why, like when I originally started this, it was like, I really wanted to cover competitions. I really wanted to cover the charities and stuff like that. And then the more I started doing it and stuff, it was like, I'd rather just focus on the people, because those are the people that are consistent all the time, all year long. You can go to any event. Those people are going to be there. That specific event is going to happen once a year, and maybe that's the last year it's going to happen, so it's not going to happen again. But a lot of the guys are consistent year and year and year and year, and to be able to cover, like you do, a product, those are always going to be consistent.
Right.
To cover a news story, that's, that's always going to be consistent, because it's always the poop in my beard story. It's always the no shave November story. It's
Christmas is the glitter beards.
Glitter beards. That all the bullshit that we, hey, look, I posted this on your wall, on your Facebook. Like, I just want to punch every damn person that I've like got so many of those damn like glitter beard shit. But yeah, I mean, it's just that shit just for literally the past 5-6 years, every year, it's old.
Right.
And then you go after the guys that, your beards of the week or your mustaches of the week. And they're always guys that are popular or who have been doing shit for many years. So yeah, your stuff is going to be evergreen and so. But for me, like, I like to go after, I'll go after guys from the clubs, and I'll go after events that are 5, 6, 7 years in deep that I know that are going to continue happening. So that's how I try to keep my stuff evergreen. But yeah, keeping your stuff evergreen is like, and if someone doesn't understand what evergreen is, it's something that will be able to continue to be relevant over time.
Correct. Right. Yeah, I'm not talking about 3.5-inch floppy disks or anything like that.
Zip drives, which I do want. I have a bunch of old zip drives that I'm like, I was looking on eBay the other night. I'm like, can I get a zip drive USB? And I'm like, I'm not going to spend the money on that.
Yeah. So, my channel's still kind of, small. It's growing. I'm getting probably a new subscriber every week or so. So, so nobody really comments a whole lot. So I'm not sure what people want to see. If they want to see me put up the competition list again, I can do that. Me also, difference between audio and video, it's more visual. And so, I would like to go to more competitions. There's like this weekend, is the Northern Beard Alliance, North Texas Beard Alliance. They're doing a competition. That's in Fort Worth, so that's about 3 hours away. I'm thinking about going up there. And then I got Come and Shave It coming in February, but that one's easy because it's right here.
Hey, but you might want to look out for this guy because he might be there. Maybe we can hang out and do some fun things together.
You coming to Come and Shave It?
I'm thinking about it, so let's.
You can do it.
I know I can do it. You can do it. I know I can do it. So, but yeah, that is like one of my like star number ones for next year, and and it literally is in 3 months from now, or less. But yeah, that is definitely one I want to come to, and if I do, this is when we take. That means we, as in you and I. Take advantage of our platforms to do something awesome.
Collaboration.
Yeah, collaboration.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, there are so many, and literally that is the trick and the key. And that's what I've noticed is that you go to, you get to your audience, you get to the people that you're trying to reach. And as long as you're maybe that is the trick. If you're more consistent about getting to your audience in an actual physical form, that is more important than getting to your audience in an audio or visual form every week. As long as you're getting out there and people are seeing you, you're talking to your fans, you're talking to people, and even if you're not talking to people who know who you are, but you're telling them. And to me, that's what I've been noticing the key. Like literally since I've gone to Worlds, that is when I've noticed an exponential growth in my podcast and downloads and everything, is because of all the people I've talked to. And since I've gone to Worlds, it's like, all right, I got to strike while the iron's hot. So I've been going to as many events as I can. And it's like every event I go to, it just keeps going. And like the momentum's just insane.
Yeah, that's what I need to do. I need to get out there a little bit more and kind of help that snowball.
Did you say I snore?
No, I said get out there a little bit more.
Oh, okay. All right, sorry. I wasn't going to make a baby with you.
My wife says I snore, but I stayed up all night to see if I snore, and I didn't snore once.
I know. I got all these really handy dandy audio devices that I can use to record myself. So I'm going to see if I snore tonight. I probably do.
I would set up a video camera in my room, but that might be
that is very inappropriate, sir.
My wife might think so too.
So okay, now let's other than the YouTube channel, now what are your goals with your beard? I mean, since you're a quote unquote corporate guy, you have to live the lifestyle. You're going to maintain what you do. You're going to do your YouTube videos. What is your goal with your channel at this point?
Well, as far as the beard goes, I've been talked to about from my manager saying, hey, we need to trim it down a little bit. But, at this point, I'm just going to let it grow. It's the Austin, in the Austin community, it's a little bit more acceptable. Facial hair in the corporate society is a little bit more acceptable. But the company that I currently work for, it's a national company.
No,
so
I don't.
They have their corporate standards.
You say and I do not know. So, I mean, you don't need to name names, but we get the whole gist of
it's a corporate thing. So, but I'm almost, this is straight up. I'm so dedicated to my YouTube channel that I'm actually looking for another job. I want to get a job where I can let my beard grow.
Okay, so since you've let your beard grow a little bit, what is your competition status? Like, how many competitions have you done? Have you done a competition?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've done 2. I went to Houston competition.
Whitney?
And no,
not Whitney Houston. She's dead. No. Sorry. That was a bad joke. That was a very insensitive joke. I'm really sorry.
It's been a minute, so it's okay. I went to Houston, did one out there, and then Come and Shave at 10. I competed there too. I was the one they called me. You know who Guido is, right?
Yes.
Guido. So I was the one that they were calling not Guido because him and I dressed almost exactly alike with a red shirt and vest and the derby hat, and I was not Guido.
You were not Guido.
That was my name, not Guido. So yeah, those are the only 2 I went to.
But since you cannot grow your beard because of corporate standards, so I mean, would you like to get more involved in the competing? I mean, well, now let's even back up further. Like, all right, so you can't. And this is what I find really interesting about you is you really can't compete you can compete in bearding, and you don't really, but.
If they had a business beard category.
Some competitions do.
Yeah, they do.
But why bearding? Like, what is it about bearding that you're just so enthralled with that you need to, or you feel compelled to do a YouTube channel about? That's my biggest question to you is like, you're not a competitor. You don't belong to a club. Why this?
Yeah. I guess because I don't know, not to sound political or socially correct or incorrect or whatever, but it's just like, I think, masculinity is under attack sometimes, and having a beard doesn't make you a man, but it's, I don't know where to go with this. It's like
a penis makes a man a man. I'm just throwing that out there.
This is the 2000s, so
yes, it is.
Times are changing.
Yeah, they are.
But I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say it's a man thing, but I just having a beard. It's actually unnatural to shave. It's natural just to let it grow, to have a beard.
As the caveman would say, because they didn't have razors back in the day. You're always you're growing because it's a protection.
Right. Yeah, it's protects you from the sun, and there's other health reasons too. Maybe that'll be another episode that I'll do. But yeah, it's it's just I enjoy it, and I don't know. It's not just my own facial hair, but I enjoy the sporting aspect of it too. Seeing these crazy freestylers and like MJ Johnson and with his 3-foot wingspan.
No, I know, and the Jason Kiley.
Right.
And you hit all the nails on the head with, and that's the thing is like you're so in touch with what's going on in the scene, and like I said, it's like, why is a guy that isn't involved in the scene, like an innocent bystander, literally, why are you so enthralled with like the whole scene? That just it makes me interested in you.
Yeah, I mean, it's just something. I don't want to say it's just something to do, but it's
No, I'm kidding.
Brian Nelson might think so because I drive by his house every day.
Watch him cut the head off the chickens.
Yeah, no, it's just it's just a community thing, or it's just something unique and different, a way to express yourself. And, like I said, that's why I want to let it go. I might have to change jobs just so I can let my beard grow. But
if your job supports your family, then you need to facilitate the beard.
Yeah, well, of course. But that's why I'm trying to, kick this channel off and kick off my kids' channel. And, eventually I would love to do YouTube full time, just stay home, film all day, and edit. And
yeah. Well, now let's talk about, because your videos are so, and as I watched other video producers doing reviews and stuff like that, and then I watched your stuff, your stuff is definitely a lot different than other reviews that are being done out there. What is your background with, like you said, videos? Now, talk a little bit about that.
Sure. Well, I used to live in California.
Oh my gosh, that state's it's in the ocean. I heard
pretty
earthquakes.
Close. Yeah. Let me back up a little further. Originally, I'm from Texas, and
okay, go ahead. Sorry, I was just breathing.
We got to do, as we all do.
Yeah, we all do. We all breathe.
I had to. Growing up in Texas, I left Texas in '92, joined the Marine Corps, and that took me kind of all over the world, and ended up in California. And when I got out of the Marines, I was doing wedding and event videography. So I was filming. I was the wedding videographer. And so that's kind of what kind of got me started doing it. I had my own company doing it full time, and then I got married and
had lots of kids.
Yeah, that came after, But yeah, we got married and started having kids, and wanted to get a house, but of course California, the housing market was ridiculous, and I didn't want to get a 50-year loan for a $400,000 1-bedroom house. So we decided to end up in Texas when cost of living was a little cheaper, and although Austin's going up right now.
Well, that is the premier place right now, as what I saw when I was down there.
Yeah, there's a lot of people are moving here.
I may move down there.
Yeah,
but that might be bad because then we might be too close, and then you and I might hang out too much, and then your wife would get mad.
But you come over to my house for an evening, and you'll never come over again. It's chaos around here.
Oh, is there a lot of
controlled chaos?
Is there a lot of macaroni and cheese going on at your house?
Well, there's some macaroni going on. We eat a lot of noodles around here. My wife is from Okinawa, so we eat a lot of noodles.
Oh boy, nudes. We call them nudes up here in Northeast Ohio. Nudes. Well,
nice.
All right, so I call them nudes. I don't think anyone else does, but that's my funny thing.
That's something to look at, right?
Yeah, nudes. I call them nudes. Yeah, funny thing. All right.
Edit.
No, there's no edit for that one. That's classic Beardcaster shit right there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, hey, can I tell you a funny story?
Sure.
So, and I laugh every time I tell this story because I really pissed my wife off the other day. So my wife is a nurse. She works nights and she sleeps during the day. And the other day I was working and I didn't pack a lunch because my wife did not make me a lunch. I was so upset, but I know she's not supposed to make me a lunch, but that's the one thing, like the one thing that if my wife would do for me, make me a lunch, make me so happy. But, so I had to stop to get lunch one day. And, so I get out of the truck and Geraldo Rivera is sitting right there eating an ice cream cone. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, Geraldo Rivera in my neighborhood eating an ice cream cone. And I'm like, the first thing that goes in my head is this man has a mustache. He's eating an ice cream cone.
That's illegal in some
it
states.
is. Well, and that's my biggest beef is because I was growing a mustache for such a long time, and I'm like, I have an ice cream place that's right down the street from my house, and we walk over there all the time, and I can never get an ice cream cone because my mustache is too long, and I get so much damn ice cream in it, so I'm like, I got to get the cup, and I have to use the spoon. I have to accommodate the mustache.
Yeah, for me, it's usually milkshakes. I have to do the milkshake.
Yeah.
Because it has a straw.
But Geraldo Rivera eats ice cream cones. The motherfucker.
Yeah, it's amazing.
But we caught eyes. At that moment, I'm like, I got out of the truck and I'm walking to get lunch and we caught eyes. And I'm like, yeah, he knows. He knows the struggle of eating an ice cream cone with a mustache. And my wife was like, did you say anything to him? Because I texted her to let her know. I'm like, oh my God, I just saw Geraldo Rivera eating an ice cream cone, and she was pissed because I woke her up because she had to work that night. And the story goes on. But I'm like, I'm like, how can you not text your significant other that you just saw like Geraldo Rivera eating the man with the mustache eating an ice cream cone, and he was like, fuck it. I'm eating that ice cream cone. And she's like, well, did you talk to him? And I'm like, no, he was with his family. So I was being respectful. I'm like, right. I'm not going to bother Geraldo Rivera, who recently moved to my neighborhood. And so I'm like, eating that ice cream. That's my big story of this week is Geraldo Rivera eating an ice cream cone in my hood. And I was so excited about that. But my wife was not, because she got pissed at me because I woke her up to tell her I watched Geraldo Rivera. And then she's like, did you get a picture? And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to sit there and take a picture of Geraldo Rivera eating an ice cream cone.
That'd make good video.
It would. But I know where he lives now. So that's even more horrible. So now that I know,
that is a good story.
I know it is. But now that I know where Geraldo Rivera lives, in Cleveland, Ohio. Oh, hopefully he doesn't listen to this.
You have to move again.
Yeah, I have to move again. Yeah, I can't be it seems to be my problem. I stalk too many famous bearding people. So, Aaron Johnston, got to move now because I'm going to come into your neighborhood and steal your green truck.
All right.
So what is on the horizon for you right now?
Well, actually, I've been watching a couple other YouTubers on.
You need to stop doing that.
I'm a YouTuber, so.
But I'm a podcaster, and
I listen to a couple of podcasts too.
Yeah, well,
there's not too many beard podcasts.
There are not, but there are 100,000 beard YouTube channels out there.
They're. I know, that's why I'm trying to make a name for myself.
Yeah, but so what I'm
gonna I'll tell you this. What I want to do, I want to kick it up. Kick it up another notch. I want to do because there's only so many products out there that I could review. I mean, I'd like to review them all.
Do it,
but I want to maybe do a little bit more on fashion tips, like men's grooming tips. Things like how to wear a suit properly, and because I have to wear a suit, and just different tips and tricks, and so just men related, but still underneath my Beards and Review channel. So yeah, maybe even some financial tips.
Oh, jeez,
I do some financial not consulting,
planning.
But planning. Yeah. Nothing official. I mean, it was official for a little bit, but I enjoy helping people, and so I just kind of want to use this platform to reach out different topics and just try to stay on kind of men's health and beard related products and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Issues.
Well, Christopher, thank you. I want to thank you. Beards and Review. If you go onto YouTube, search Beards and Review, you have to subscribe to that, right?
You don't have to, but it would be really, really cool if you did.
Come on. No.
It'd be cool if you did.
You know what? It is. You have to. I'm
sure.
Right now I'm saying go to Beards and Review on YouTube, subscribe.
Yep.
Do it right now. And Christopher, I keep getting my beard hair keeps getting hooked on my microphone. But see, you have a Yeti, so you can stay a little bit of distance. Me, I'm like right on my microphone and it keeps getting hooked in it. Fuck.
Yeah, that's like one of those defining moments, when I was working on the railroad, I had this radio, like a walkie-talkie kind of radio, and I remember I would turn sideways and like squeeze the microphone, but I would always pull my own beard, and I was like, that's kind of a milestone. It's to the point where I pull my own beard. Well, I want to get it caught in the window of my car. That's what I want.
Well, it's the seatbelt. It's when you have to like put your seatbelt on and you have to like lift so you can put the seatbelt underneath. Yeah. And then wait till you cut your beard off, because then it's like you still do the lift and tucked even though you don't have a beard.
Well, I remember the first time when I did shave my beard, it felt like I got slapped in the face with a peppermint patty. Every time a wind would blow, my face, I could feel every single breeze, and it was kind of a weird sensation.
Well, that is the exact explanation of a peppermint patty.
Getting slapped in the face with a peppermint patty. That's what I feel like. It's all tingly and cold.
All right, Christopher. So what information can we give to the people to have them check you out at it?
Yeah, I mean, I like I said, I'm kicking up my Instagram game, but Beards and Review at Instagram, Twitter, all the social media avenues. But YouTube's kind of the main deal. You just go to the search and type in Beards and Review, and one of the videos or the channel will pop up, and check it out.
Awesome. So, like, if you go to the Beardcaster channel. I will also put a bunch of links to all of the Beards and Review links in my show notes and Chris's stuff. So if you need to, well, that's not the need factor, but it is you must check out the stuff, because Chris's stuff is exactly on par with exactly what I'm doing. So his stuff is a condensed version of the Beardcaster stuff. So make sure you subscribe to his YouTube channel. And other than that, I'm going to be making sure that everyone knows about the Beards and Review YouTube channel, because it is very important and I extremely support it.
Well, thank you very much. Check out that. That's why you, sir, were Beard of the Week, episode 14.
Well, this week, yeah. I mean, I just assumed because I was that handsome, but hey, thanks for the extra throw out there. But I'm just doing everything I can in this world to make sure that I am trying to beat Aaron Johnston in every way I can. That literally, that has become my life's goal right now, is to make sure that I am doing everything I can to beat the number one in the world goatee, quote unquote natural goatee in the world in every way I can. And if this podcast helps me be way better than that guy, then that's what I'm doing.
You got my vote.
Well, thank you very much, Christopher. So, all right. So make sure you check out Beards and Review on YouTube. Look up Chris Odom on Facebook. Is there any other websites do you have?
Yeah. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Beards and Review.
Beards and Review. Beards and Review. That's what they say. That's what they say on online.
The Beardcaster. That's what
that was really funny. When I watched that video, I was like, he did it just like me. It was like, the Beardcaster. I'm like, I don't even know how that happened. It just kind of started. I'm hopefully going to change all of that, but it just kind of keeps sticking after 50 some episodes. And I still even marvel at the fact that I'm at 50 some episodes right now. And then I look at like other podcasts in the beard realm that just, they fizzle out. And even getting into the YouTube world, where like exactly what you're doing is what needs to be done, because there's too many really shitty review podcasts out there.
Yeah.
Or YouTube podcasts, or I'm completely saying it wrong, but there's way too many shitty YouTube videos out there about product reviews. Like exactly what you're doing is the king shit.
Yep. I'm trying to step up my game. I've got some new microphones. I got some new lighting kits, and I'm planning on doing a lot more cool and better stuff.
The lighting kits don't work right now because we're doing a podcast. So,
but you don't know. Maybe I am videotaping.
Oh shit! Oh my god! I didn't put enough makeup on tonight. Enough foundation. But all right, thank you, Christopher, for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Scott.
I'm really excited about sharing your YouTube page with all my fans and trying to get more people involved in the community. I would it be wrong of me if I said I loved you?
Well, I love you too.
Oh, I love you too. But hey, that's the beard.
I'm looking forward to meeting you.
Yes. Oh, hey, and when I hopefully come down for Austin, come and shave it in February.
Yeah.
We will become best friends.
Dig it the most.
All right. So thank you, Christopher. I will put links in all my show notes and my blog for everything to Beards and Review and everything you'll need to know about Christopher. So thank you for joining me tonight, Christopher. Thank you for all our technical difficulties.
We got it.
But we did hit it, and it sounds wonderful. It sounds wonderful in my head. So
great.
All right. Thank you, buddy. And we'll talk to you soon.
All right.
And cut. Thank you once again, Chris. Make sure you check his YouTube page out, Beards and Review. Go to YouTube, search it, or I will have a link in the show notes so you can easily get to it. Make sure you watch all the videos. They're really great. Like I said, as I was watching the first one, and then I just kind of got snowballing, and I wanted to keep watching more and more and more. And of course, there's not enough for me to watch now. But let's get out there and subscribe to his YouTube channel, and let's give him some support and give him some encouragement. And hopefully the Beardcaster can hook him up with some great products to do his reviews of. So I guess that's about it for today. Like I said, go to pulpobeardoils.com to go check out all the awesome merchandise. The new shirt is awesome. I can't wait to get one. Check out all their merchandise. They got really cool shirts. They got awesome oils and balms, all the cool stuff. Everything that you could possibly need. And make sure you order it soon to get it for Christmas. It makes an awesome Christmas gift for the bearded guy you love. And make sure the Beardcaster is your promo code to get 15% off. So once again, thebeardcaster.com. Go there, check out everything on my website. Social media, you can get to me through all of it. Email me, scott@thebeardcaster.com. And I guess that's about all I got to say, other than the last thing I have to say is the last thing. Go to thebeardcaster.com/giveaway for your chance to enter to win a Pulpo Beard Oil prize pack. Do it. I mean, you could get yourself a Christmas present this year. Super easy. On that note, enjoy the holidays, enjoy your family, and don't forget to tell a friend about the podcast. Get the word out there. Help me get in front of more people. I appreciate everyone that's done it so far. It's been so much fun. I've been making so many new friends and so many great new relationships, but I would not have done it without this podcast. So thank you to everyone, and we shall see you next week, and have a great week, everyone. Ciao.